Hey folks, today we're going to learn how to create a signature graphic for your email account using Pic Monkey. Hi everyone. Today we're going to learn how to create an email signature graphic using the free web browser based software Pic Monkey. I would class this tutorial at beginner level, so it should be easy for anyone to attempt this. At the end of the tutorial, I will also show you how to add that graphic into a Gmail email account. What you want to do is you want to go to www.picmonkey.com and you will get the following screen that you see in front of you here. Now you can sign up for an account, and there's also a free trial, which is a paid 7 days, but then you will have to pay for it. That will essentially remove any advertising from the site, and you'll get access to extra filters and tools. We don't need that at the moment, so you don't need to log in, you don't need to sign up for a trial. The section that we need to click on is the little T here with the snowflake, the asterisk with design, and we want to create a custom size canvas. So move your mouse cursor down and click on custom. Now the size that I would recommend for an email signature is generally 600 pixels wide by 200 pixels high. That should give you enough room to fit in the details that you need. If you want to play around with that, then please feel free to do that, but just bear in mind the larger the canvas and the more that you have on it, the larger the file size. And we want to keep the file size quite low. We don't want someone having to download a lot of images or large sized images when they get your email. Once you've put your dimensions in, just click Make It, and Pic Monkey Editor will open up and you will have the following in front of you. As you can see, we've got some advertisements over to the right and to the bottom of our screen, but we can just ignore them. First thing that we want to do is we want to import usually a logo, but it can be any image, but this is how you do that. You want to go over to the left and you will see a little butterfly symbol. If you click on that, you will be given a selection of overlay graphics. We want to select our own. So if you click on your own, it will open up your computer's navigator window so that you can navigate to the file that you want to import. In this instance, I'm going to import the Pixels Inc. logo. So I've clicked on that and I shall click open. And now you can see the logo is on the canvas. To move any images, just move your mouse pointer over the image, hold down the left click or mouse click on Mac and just drag it wherever you need it to go. I'm looking to have that over here on the left. So place that there. Next, we want to add our contact details. Again, move over to the left-hand side of the screen and click on the text icon, which is the large T and the little t. That will then open up a list of fonts. Pic Monkey has access to the Google fonts list, and as you can see, there are a lot of fonts there, and they're all in little categories, which is good for just quickly going through. You can also click on your own or yours, and that will open up the fonts that you have on your system. If you don't really do a lot of creative work, then you're probably not going to have a huge array of fonts, so I would recommend that you stick with the Hours tab, which is the Pic Monkey range of fonts. Now what I would recommend is you don't go for anything too outlandish for your email signature. You really want it to be quite legible, and the one I'm going to choose today is Lato. Click on that and that's Lato selected, and then we will click on add text. And now over to the right, you can see here we now have a pop-up window which is for our text, and on the canvas you will now see a little text box has appeared. What we'll do now is we will double click in that box and I will type in my name. So that's quite small, we need that to be a bit bigger. Left click in the box and just drag your mouse to highlight the text, and over in the text pop-up window we can choose to increase the size of the text. 24 point looks okay, and I'd quite like that to be in bold because I think my name is quite important. So that's that selected, and we'll just move it over to there. Now you can double click in here and you can add in a return, and you can add some more text in there. So my job title is Head Honcho. Now you can see that that's now wrapped onto a new line because the box isn't big enough. If we click outside the box so that it has its control arrows, if we move our cursor just onto the edge of the box, you will see the cursor change to a couple of arrows. Hold down the left mouse button or mouse click and just drag the box to make it wider, and you'll see that the text now appears on its own line without wrapping. If you want, you can select that text and make that text smaller than the text above. I don't think I want that in bold. I think I'll take bold off and just have that sitting like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do 2 returns. Just move this box down. It moves the text. It moves the text up the way every time you hit return. So just be aware of that. Double click in here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to put in my telephone number. So I'll put T for telephone, and it is 01382217772. And then next I'm going to put in my email address, which is call@pixelsinc.com. And then I think I will put in my address as well, which is Unit 2, District 10. And I think I'll put all this on the one line, 25 Green Market. Oh, need to put in a capital G there. Green Market, and that is Dundee as DD1 4QB. Now I want that all to be on the same line, so I'm going to click outside the box and then drag that to make that longer. It's still too long, too big to be on the one line, so I'm going to select all of that and make that line smaller. Generally, people don't need my postal address, so it's not too important, so we can make that quite small in the scheme of things. Just drag that down to there. And really that's the main things that I need on my email signature, and so I'm going to just keep that. I'm happy with that text there. I think what I'll do is I will just make the T bold and the E bold. That's quite white, there's not a lot going on there. You can add in some different textures and different backdrops. You can play around here, there's a few different options. You've got some touch-up tools if you've got any photographic images. You've also got some themes, so you can add in some themes. You've got vampires, zombies, comic heroes, Winterland, sweethearts. I'm pretty sure that if you pay to unlock Pic Monkey, it'll give you a lot more themes. I'm not going to bother with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the overlays section, and I'm going to add in another version of my logo. So I'm going to drop that in there. You can see that's there. Now I'm going to increase the size of this, and all you do is move your mouse pointer over the corner of one of the images, and just drag your mouse, and as you can see, it will make that image bigger. If you want to squash it or stretch it, if you hold down the shift key, you can stretch a graphic. If you just use the corner, it will proportionally scale the image. So I'm going to proportionally scale the image so that you can only see a part of the logo. Now, as you can see, that's now covering my text. So I need the text to be at the front. So if you select the text and then do a right click or control click with the Mac, you get a context menu appear, and I'm going to select bring to front. And now you can see the text is now in front of that image which I've just added, but it's quite difficult to see. I'm going to make this background image more of a watermark, and to do that, over on the right here, you'll see that when I click on the text, the box changes to a text pop-up control panel. If I click on the image, it changes to the overlay control panel, where I can change certain elements of the image. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the fade of the image, which is the transparency, and I'm going to take that up to 80%. And you can see that the image fades out. I'm quite happy with that, and I'm going to just go up to save, and we now get the save window appearing, and give it a title. So let's call it Pixels Ink Signature, and we want to save that. Because we've got some flat color on here, I'm going to save that as a PNG. PNG files are great for flat color. If you had something which was more photographic, then you probably want to go with a JPEG. But for this, we're going to go for a PNG. It'll give us a nice small file size. So I'm going to save that to my computer. I'll save it into the folder where I had the logos. So I now have that saved signature. And I'm going to quickly now show you how to add that to Gmail. If you open up your Gmail account and go to the little cog icon up on the top right and go to Settings, in the General tab, which is the first tab which opens, if you scroll down, you will see a box for your signature. I've already got a signature in my email, but let's say I want to change it. So I'm going to remove this image, and where I want the image to go, I'm going to put my click to have my cursor. Then I'm going to click on the insert image, which is the little grey box with the two triangles that look like mountains. Click on that, and then I'm going to navigate to the folder where my image is, and I've selected that there, and I'll click open, and it uploads it to Gmail. Don't worry about that being outside of the box, it's just the box here is quite small. It'll all be showing in an email. So if I go to there, that's now saved that into there. If I now go and compose a new email, that didn't quite work. I must have to hit, oh, here we go, I didn't hit save changes, that's why. So I've now saved changes, and I'm now going to compose a new email, and as you can see down here, we now have my new signature graphic. And that's all there is to it. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for future tutorials.